All right, welcome back, citizens. So we're trying something new on the channel. We're introducing a new segment called Pause, where we take a moment away from just doing regular gun reviews or different things specifically related to the actual firearm. Instead, we'll be answering questions from just regular people just getting into guns, and it's almost like a ride-along type scene where we're just having an idle conversation. So, if you enjoy it, like, comment, subscribe, and share, of course. As always, be safe.
So we were just talking about the parameters between how you get licensed to carry a weapon.
Yeah.
How do you get registered? Do you have to be registered? Do you have to register your gun? How do you properly carry yourself as a citizen?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Carrying a gun,
but that's
lawfully. And in a way where we, as minorities, coloreds, whoever else, people
of color,
POCs,
and that's the biggest misconception, right? Everybody, they register. There's California, you have to register again, right? The majority of the reciprocity states that allow concealed carry or just the purchase of firearms in general, there's no registration. You go in, you complete your 4473. Right?
4473.
Right. So 4473. Right. They do a background check in the NICS system. Okay. Right. It comes back if it comes back, yay or nay, whether or not you have any felonies or whatever on your record, and you get it. In some states you gotta wait a couple extra days.
This 4473.
4473. Yeah.
4473 process that you have to go through.
Right.
What exactly is it that they're doing? Like, what are they looking into?
It's a background check. It's a background check.
So is it a federal background level?
It's definitely federal, right? Okay. And basically they see if you have any felonies. Like some of the states that they're not connected, so you might have a felony in another state that isn't picked up or what have you. But for the most part, all of the reciprocity states participate in it for the most part. And that's it. You fill out your 4473, you come back, it's clear, you leave with your firearm. There's no registration. And then I guess what it is, like we were talking earlier, it's like if something happens, right? If say a gun that you purchased that you it was stolen from you, or you lost it, or you sold it to someone. Now it pops up that it's involved in some sort of crime or what have you. Well, that serial number on that gun, they're going to go back to the store that you purchased it from. So it's not a registration. That's just how it is. FFLs have to keep that on record for a specified amount of time, and they keep it on record. But it's not a registration. It's not like they take that and give it to the government to say, this guy bought this gun on such and such a date. No, that's just not how it works.
I think that, like, once you have the gun, if you use it, somebody's going to know that you used it.
Right.
If it's registered and if I'm legal.
Right. But
I have a legally registered weapon. And so now if I use it, it's easier to trace.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
It's easier to get an illegal weapon and still carry.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Once again, there's no we're in North Carolina. There's no registration. You know what I mean? And there's concealed carry, there's open carry. Concealed carry, of course, you got to go ahead in North Carolina. You got to take your 8-hour course, get your certificate, go down, with your application, get your fingerprints done. Wait, I guess right now it's taking like 4, 5, 6 months in North Carolina. But at the end of the day, again, there's still no registration. Now, just because you're concealed carry, just because you have a concealed carry permit, you can have a concealed carry permit and don't have a pistol. But because you went ahead and went through that process, of course you're in the system as a concealed carry permit holder. In fact, in North Carolina, I just found this out a couple months ago, your license plate is linked to it. So when you get your concealed carry permit in North Carolina, if a cop pulls up behind you and they run your plate, they can tell whether or not you're a concealed carry holder. Which is cool, because for most officers, they're not gonna, they'll know, and they were like, okay, well, this guy, you know, he's on the up and up for the most part. And if they pull you over,
It's concealed carry.
right, because, you know, that's a law-abiding citizen, allegedly. Allegedly. You know what I mean?
All right.
So,
I mean, I just feel like it's tough to feel comfortable. Even I, that own a weapon and I'm working on getting my concealed carry, I still am not sure that I'm always following the right rules, or I'm always, you know, staying within the law. You know, do I keep my gun in a bag, you know, in the back seat of the car? Do I keep my gun in a bag in the trunk? Like, what's the proper way for me to carry it while I'm driving around?
Well,
And you know, say I don't have yet my concealed carry.
Right.
How do I carry it then?
all right, well,
Right.
you have,
Versus once I do get my concealed carry, which is in December,
right,
appointment with the sheriff's office. That's all I need. I did the class. I got that certificate.
right.
So we're moving on now to the appointment with the sheriff's office.
So,
You know.
so while you're waiting, right, you
I
can't,
still have to pay my appointment.
look,
Get on it, my dude.
you slipping.
They pushing that stuff out. They're pushing
Yeah,
that
it's like
stuff
4 or
out.
5 months. You
4 or
need to go
5
ahead and make
months.
your appointment.
You
So-
supposed to remind me,
All right, we're gonna do it today when we get back to the crib.
though. You know what type of
All right. So once I get to that point, once I got that concealed carry versus how I have to carry it now,
Right.
what's the difference?
All right. So right now, while you're waiting to go ahead and get your concealed carry, you can carry on your hip, but you can't cover it, right? Anytime, for example, you know, it could be wintertime. You might have it on your hip open with a tucked in shirt, but if you put a jacket on and you can't, and the public can't see it, that's the definition right there of concealed carry, right? If the public cannot see your firearm, then you're concealed carry. And if you don't have a concealed carry permit, you can go ahead and you know, if you have a police contact, you're gonna be in a little bit of trouble.
Okay.
So
Okay.
how do you carry? You know, you carry in a lock case, right? Or you can carry on your body if it's not being covered,
Okay.
right? In North Carolina,
Gotta be able for it to be visible.
right? It has to be visible by the
Walking
public.
around with on it.
If you don't have it on your hip, but you have it in the car, for example, if you have it, say for example, you're driving around, it's not going to be just right here, you know, in your armrest. It could be
Right.
in a glove compartment, but it has to be locked, or it could be in a case. You know,
What
it's
about in the
inaccessible, right?
So while
in
you're
the
riding
trunk
in
is
the car,
inaccessible,
So while you're riding in the car,
Yeah.
it can be in the glove compartment, but it has to be locked.
but the glove compartment has to be locked,
Okay.
right? So it can't be easily accessible.
Okay.
So that's
so
not considered.
if I have it in
It's
here in the
considered.
middle console.
If you have it in the middle console and it's
Yeah.
not a locked console,
So if I got
then
it
it's
right
then,
here.
then you have a concealed weapon
Okay.
because it's not visible to the public. I know it sounds stupid, but that's what it is.
All right. So if I got it in the trunk,
If you got it in the trunk and it's in a locked case, you know, you're good.
Chilling.
So
All
when
right,
I say
okay.
locked case, right? When I say locked case, so you can have it in a regular case, but if you have it in the trunk, guess what? The trunk is locked
It's
and
locked.
it's not accessible to you.
right? All right. So
You know what I'm saying?
I can have it in the trunk.
All right, your car is an extension of your home.
Yo,
Yeah.
are you guys seeing fucking colors on the trees and shit?
Wow.
Oh, it's beautiful out here, bro.
It definitely is beautiful out here. Sunny
It's
North
North
Carolina.
See, like the lake.
I mean, look at it. It's North Carolina. We're in North Carolina, baby.
Mhm.
It's beautiful.
But then the other thing, another thing that annoys me, you know, suppressors.
Suppressors.
You know,
Wait. What suppressors?
suppressors,
I have the
silencers,
So suppressors are the parts and pieces that make a gun sort of
quieter.
quiet.
Yeah,
You know,
it suppresses
you don't
the
hear
sound.
Shoot a
that
nigga,
Right,
suppressors.
right.
and the nigga next door won't know.
But I mean, why do regular folks need suppressors though?
Oh, all right.
That's a controversial.
So I'm gonna
That's
give
a little bit of a controversial, piece because you said like if you got a gun and it's just for protection,
Well,
then
no. Let's go ahead.
You know-
I'll shut that down right there. having a firearm is not just for protection. You got firearm for protection. You got firearm for hunting. You got firearm for sporting. You know what I'm saying? You got firearm just as a hobby in general.
So,
having a suppressor, that's, you know, you can have it. So for example, if you have a firearm for protection, right, and you're in the home, right, you ever shot a gun, a pistol without air protection on inside the range?
Right.
That'll blow you. I have accidentally, but that'll blow you. I mean, you're gonna hear some ringing. Number one. So maybe you're in your house. Maybe you have a bedside gun. Maybe you want a suppressor so that if you have an intruder and you want to use it,
that comes in your house.
right? You know what I mean? Well, you're gonna hear a bang. It's just not gonna be. It ain't gonna be pew pew, despite what you think. But at the end of the day, you don't want to blow out your kids' ears. Yeah, the movies, exactly.
You don't want to wake up the kids.
You don't want to wake up the kids.
You might have to put somebody
You don't wake
down.
somebody up just because it's a suppressor.
Shoot 'em in the knees.
Don't mean you're not gonna hear.
No. No shooting in the knees.
Yeah.
Knees my ass.
Listen.
If you're gonna use your firearm, if there's an
because you
intruder
don't
in your
wanna go to
home, if there's an intruder in your home who can
Yeah.
cause you bodily harm
Yeah.
or dismemberment or impairment,
You can pew pew him right
Yeah.
in his life.
It's not gonna be just pew pew.
Yeah.
007
Yeah.
94 Nintendo.
you know what I mean?
That's what the suppressor is for, is to give you
Chill.
that pew pew.
No, it's not
man.
gonna be that quiet.
But listen, that's one reason. That's one
Okay,
reason.
That's one reason. All right.
Or maybe you're shooting in your backyard. You're shooting in your backyard.
Well, you can't
don't
do
wanna-
that. You can't just do
It
that.
depends on where you live. People shoot in their backyard all the time legally.
Yeah, when you live in the
Yeah, but you don't want to disturb the
outskirts.
neighbors.
when you live in the outskirts.
The outskirts, sure,
Can't
but
do that in the suburbs.
you can't do it in the suburbs.
Can't do
But
that
if
in
you
the
have a
suburbs.
suppressor and you live on the outskirts and you can do it, guess what? You're not disturbing your neighbors.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or if you're just out there hunting, you don't want to scare the deer away.
Nah,
Put a little
you
suppressor
definitely-
on.
You definitely need a suppressor.
Yeah. And for people that don't understand the concept of suppressor and they think, oh, that's illegal and that's in the movies you see
James
all
Bond
the bad guys and the
James Bond uses
assassins.
it all the
Yeah.